A new open-world Star Wars game is being developed and published by Ubisoft Massive Entertainment, and is the first of many games under the newly refound Lucasfilm Games identity. Today I will be breaking down and covering everything we know about this game so far. The Star Wars franchise is possibly the biggest IP in the world of gaming, so it's no surprise more and more games under the Lucasfilm Games license are being announced. EA lose their exclusivity deal with Star Wars in 2023, and it's about time. Yes, EA will still go on to develop and publish more Star Wars games like Jedi Fallen Order 2, and I'm personally hoping for a Star Wars Battlefront 3, but this is beside the point. Lucasfilm Games can now work with other game studios and create some new and unique Star Wars titles. So in comes Ubisoft, or more specifically the Massive Entertainment game studio, the creators of Tom Clancy's The Division and assistant to one of my favourite games of all time, Assassin's Creed Revelations. Already this new Star Wars game has some potential. This comes from Ubisoft's official news article. Ubisoft and Lucasfilm Games have announced a collaboration on a new Star Wars game. Development on the project will be led by Massive Entertainment, whose expertise and talent will be used to create a story-driven open-world experience within the Star Wars galaxy that will also utilize the studio's cutting-edge technology and advancements, including the Snowdrop engine. A story-driven open-world adventure Star Wars game. Massive Entertainment are facing an enormous challenge in creating an open world set in the iconic and beloved Star Wars universe. They've got to make the entire experience feel authentic to what fans resonate with the franchise, and that's where Lucasfilm Games come in, who have been working closely for nearly a year in planning with Massive Entertainment, led by managing director David Poldfeld and creative director Julian Geraghty. This isn't, however, the only open world Star Wars game that has been announced for release, as LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which is set to release this spring, is set in a LEGO themed open world Star Wars galaxy where players can freely traverse space and the iconic planets from the movies. What's easier about creating an open world game based on the Skywalker Saga is that it's already set in canon, with the LEGO video game franchise obviously not being canon itself and bending the story to fit the whimsical style of storytelling. On the other hand, this new Ubisoft Star Wars game is to be created from scratch with a new story, new characters and an open world, making this a much more difficult challenge to overcome. Not to discredit the brilliance of LEGO Star Wars, which has been a fan favourite of mine ever since I played LEGO Star Wars the video game on the PlayStation 2. It's been heavily speculated that this new Star Wars game will feature a bounty hunter protagonist, which I would be personally very excited for. However, creative director Julian Geraghty had this to say: "This is a galaxy that we at Massive love, and we want to invite players on a journey they never experienced before in this beloved lore. First, we want to make it a unique game in the saga with a captivating story and set of characters that players can relate to and connect with. We want to take what is familiar and resonant about Star Wars and tell the stories of new characters who have their own motivations and stakes. We have a passion for Star Wars and shared vision with Lucasfilm Games on the kind of original story we want to bring to fans, which makes this a very exciting part of the project. An original story with new characters who have their own motivations and stakes. So because this game will be focusing on new characters and their story within Star Wars canon, it's become unlikely the protagonist of a story will be either of the highly requested bounty hunters, Din Djarin or Boba Fett. Still, I'm hoping for a bounty hunter protagonist of some kind. The next few years will be the perfect time to release a bounty hunter led open world video game with the release of The Mandalorian and Boba Fett Disney Plus shows. In my own personal opinion, I think it would be best if the entire library of new Star Wars games have their own uniqueness to them, and not just another Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is already getting its own sequel. Even if not a bounty hunter, I would be happy with any non-force wielding character, a protagonist with faults and lack of power, to explore character in a different way to the Jedi and lightsaber wielding protagonists we've seen plenty of in the past and we will see in the future. The proprietary game engine Snowdrop has been discussed a fair bit, as this is the engine Massive will be using to develop this new Star Wars game, the same engine recently used for Tom Clancy's The Division and The Division 2. Managing director at Massive David Poldfeld had this to say: "Snowdrop allows us to explore cutting edge of technology and hence stay at the forefront of innovation. Our amazing rendering will visually bring Star Wars to life in a way that no game has ever done before. As a game agnostic engine, Snowdrop has always been developed as a future forward piece of tech, with the focus to empower our developers. The beauty of our engine is the control and flexibility given to the creators to innovate the best games possible for the players. Snowdrop is extremely agile and has the power to bring a variety of games to our players. With the launch of next generation consoles, Snowdrop's engineers are pushing the engine even further so that we can really make the most of the opportunities the new hardware provides. Snowdrop is a remarkably powerful game engine and can take full advantage of the now current generation systems, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. With the Snowdrop engine being so powerful, the immersive Star Wars open world that Massive have the ability to create is a very exciting concept. I would be exploring every area where possible in a Star Wars open world as beautiful as any other recent Star Wars title, but this game claims to visually bring Star Wars to life like no game before it, apparently reaching a whole new level, which only adds to my anticipation. When asked about Massive's collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, Julian Geraghty also said, "I must say that one of the most exciting things about this project so far is our close collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. We share a dedication to the highest quality in all aspects of game production, and they share precious insights that help ensure the level of authenticity fans can expect. We are 100% aligned on the same goal, delivering an incredible, groundbreaking Star Wars experience. The team over at Massive seem sure they can bring us a Star Wars open world video game of the highest quality, while staying authentic to the franchise, which is great. It'll be interesting to discover what Massive can do with the Star Wars franchise and an open world game of this scale. In terms of when do I think this Ubisoft Star Wars game could release, 2024 is a safe prediction, late 2023 at the earliest. An open world Star Wars title is a challenge that we want to be taken as seriously and authentically as possible. At the end of the day, we want a good Star Wars game, so Massive should take a few years to make it so." To round up, Ubisoft Massive Entertainment are developing a new open world Star Wars game in their Snowdrop engine, featuring new characters and a new story. An authentic and visually stunning game has been promised, so let's see if our expectations are met. No word has been made on if it'll be a single player or multiplayer experience, but I'm hoping for it to be single player. Stories are usually much better when it's the main focus, and I'm hoping for this Star Wars game to have a good and captivating story narrative. This doesn't seem to be the only Star Wars game Ubisoft will be working on, as the CEO and founder of Ubisoft said, "This is the beginning of a long-term collaboration with Disney and Lucasfilm Games, and we are pleased to be working hand in hand to build upon the incredible legacy of Lucasfilm to create a game that we know Star Wars fans will love. If this Star Wars game is successful, I have no doubt Ubisoft and Lucasfilm Games will continue to make Star Wars titles in the future. But this doesn't mean EA is now out of the picture. Lucasfilm Games made this clear in the announcement article, and for fans of modern Star Wars games, fear not, some old friends are sticking around. Continuing the relationship that resulted in the reinvigorated Battlefront series, the critically acclaimed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and the multiplayer hit Star Wars Squadrons, Electronic Arts will too play a big role in the future of Star Wars gaming. We're really proud of the games we've created with EA," Riley says. "We will continue working on them, and our relationship has never been stronger. While we may not have a lot of details to share at the moment, we've got a number of projects underway with the talented teams at EA. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but this could be a small tease to the continuation of a Battlefront series, and if anything, a Star Wars Battlefront 3 is a game I would be very happy with. But what is certain is that multiple Star Wars games are yet to come from EA, one of which being the next Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order sequel. EA also made their continued development of Star Wars games clear on Twitter. And as for exciting Star Wars game reveals, we'll be getting more announcements throughout the year. As Riley promises, there's more to come with this is just the beginning of what I think is going to be a very exciting year for Lucasfilm Games. LEGO Star Wars is apparently releasing this spring, and we could see a teaser later in the year for Fallen Order 2. But I wouldn't at all be surprised if even more Star Wars titles are to be developed and published by even more successful and talented game studios. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Star Wars game related videos coming very soon. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, both links will be linked in the description down below. A big thanks to level 1 member of the channel JG Cars, Dan King, Adam Cowell and White. Thank you all for watching, but for now, stay tuned and I'll see you soon.